When it rains, it pours, and the management at Qantas is under siege this morning. Their poor treatment of customers is coming back to bite them. The national carrier is now being sued by the consumer watchdog. The ACCC has launched legal action in the federal court, claiming Qantas sold tickets to more than 8,000 flights that were already cancelled. The ACCC says it's alleged that Qantas engaged in false, misleading or deceptive conduct. Between May and July 2022, Qantas kept selling tickets on its website for an average of 2 weeks after the cancellation of flights. It's also alleged that for 10,000 flights in the same period, Qantas did not notify ticket holders their flights had been cancelled for an average of 18 days. In some cases, nearly 50 days. So just to be clear about what the ACCC is alleging, they're not suing Qantas for cancelling flights. The allegation is that Qantas continued to sell tickets for weeks after the airline decided to scrap services. They were ghost flights. In the case of one flight from Sydney to San Francisco, seats on the plane were available 40 days after the flight had been cancelled. Was it a computer error? I don't know. In the modern world, that's hard to believe. The ACCC launched the investigation after more than 1,000 individual complaints from Qantas passengers. They say we allege that many of these flight cancellations were within their control. A listener has pointed me to a prominent section on the Qantas website saying 100 years as the spirit of Australia. Well, there's no Aussie spirit in taking money for planes that don't fly. So this will now play out in the federal court. It's possible the airline could be fined up to $10 million. You can only imagine how Alan Joyce is feeling right now. He would be furious. Only days ago, the Qantas boss was quoting the rulings of the ACCC. When asked about the outrageous cost of plane tickets, Alan Joyce said, "The ACCC has been monitoring us and they've declared there's been no price gouging by the airlines." Well, Mr. Joyce, that's the same ACCC now suing you in court. Thankfully, the airline has read the room on another issue. Qantas has scrapped the expiry dates on its unpaid travel credits. Around $570 million worth of bookings were due to expire at the end of this year. The airline was just going to keep the money. The ACCC has rightly ruled that is unacceptable. They say we've written to Qantas strongly objecting to this position. We will continue to monitor the situation to ensure Qantas continues to make available refunds to customers. So Alan Joyce has caved. Those credits no longer have an expiry date. But I'm sorry, it's still not good enough. If they're serious about looking after customers, they will offer refunds. You sacked workers illegally, you paid your CEO enough money to buy an island, and your greedy moves have now ruined the reputation of the flying kangaroo. And breaking news, listen to this. Qantas could be facing a much bigger fine than first thought. And this comes direct from the ACCC. Now, we need to keep in mind the ACCC often talks tough and doesn't follow through. But the ACCC is now saying that rumoured $10 million fine could be $600 million. 600. So there's a chance the ACCC will make Qantas pay a record amount, and they're talking about 3 times the total benefits that have been obtained from their actions, or if the total value of the benefits cannot be determined, 10% of Qantas's annual turnover. This comes from the chair of the ACCC. She's suggesting that Qantas could, and I underline the word could, be forced to pay $600 million. The ACCC says Qantas should pay a record penalty for this conduct, and the highest previous penalty for a breach of consumer law was given to the car company Volkswagen. That was $125 million. So if the ACCC is successful, and again, we've heard tough talk from them before and they haven't followed through, Qantas could be whacked with a record amount. $600 million. I'll believe that when I see it.